An exciting future for the lucky few chosen for one of the industry's most sought-after apprenticeships.
I wake up every day thinking, wow, I can't believe that I work for Ferrari.
The IMI promotes training programs designed to avoid the dangers of electric vehicle repair and maintenance.
The motoring industry is always rapidly evolving, and coming up I'll be finding out how tiny machines like this can help mechanics like those two solve hundreds of thousands of problems within seconds.
Hello and welcome to Driving Change, a series of 4 programmes looking at dynamic changes in the motor industry. Driven by the need for greater safety, sustainability and connectivity, modern vehicles are constantly evolving and demanding higher levels of skill and more innovative products than ever before. In this programme, we look at how we're powering the future with the skills and the fuels that the industry needs. Owning a Ferrari is a dream for many car owners, and behind that dream is an uncompromising commitment to design and hand-built craftsmanship. But perhaps a tougher goal than owning a Ferrari is being qualified to work on them, as Julie McDonald reports.
Handmade luxury cars don't get more iconic than this. Ferrari, the exclusive heritage car brand, is depending on these hand-picked men and women to uphold the passion and excellence it's famous for.
I wake up every day thinking, wow, I can't believe that I work for Ferrari.
The market for Ferraris, new and historic, is growing, so specialised apprentices trained and immersed in the Ferrari DNA are vital to the future of this iconic brand.
We have more than 1,000 people interested every year to join one of the 16 places that we have available. One of the characteristics that we demand is passion, no? And the passion is a word that matches a lot with the DNA that in Ferrari we have since 2011 invested a lot, more than 500,000 pounds for dedicated workshop, for ramps, for cars that are just dedicated for the apprentice scheme.
As part of the engine course, we've taken the crankshaft out of this Ferrari California.
Matthew Hazeldine, a third-year Ferrari apprentice, is receiving engine training from John Mitchell and Lee Ball, 2 expert trainers and former apprentices at this purpose-built workshop in Slough. The curriculum is intense. All apprentices receive 24 weeks of training during their 3 years on the scheme.
As of a young age, I was always interested in the vehicles, and then I started off with my RC ones, raced them for a bit, and then worked on my way to real cars. And then obviously Ferrari is the pinnacle of everything.
Matthew's training enables him to work on a huge range of Ferraris, new and classic, at this dealership, Dick Lovett, in Swindon.
So I've now finished the engine rebuild. The engine's back in the 440 Scuderia. With the training, we'd learn the latest stuff on the market, so we keep up to date with everything that's coming out.
Dealership manager Matthew Beard is in no doubt that the brilliant world-class training apprentices receive is vital to support Ferrari's growing market.
They're very important because we can grow our own. With the amount of labour hours we're selling within our business now and the growth we've got, it's essential that we've got new apprentices coming up through the ranks.
Georgina Slack is now a qualified Ferrari technician with big ambitions to be a master technician like Scott Moreland.
I'd love to be a master technician, and we do the Technicians Challenge where you can be the #1 Ferrari technician of the world or Europe and be up there, be a female as well and be up there. That would be amazing.
Daniel Fergus, who originally joined the scheme to train as a Ferrari technician, discovered that belonging to the Ferrari family would change his life when his manager spotted his talent for working directly with Ferrari customers.
All through school I was really shy and I didn't really do anything public speaking or anything like that, and then going for the apprenticeship through the 3 years, through the training, getting to speak to all the tutors and all the technical advisors and even the people at work, it just really brought me out of my shell. And then after I qualified, going into the service advisor role, where then I had to speak to customers, and that just really made the leap, and I feel a bigger person in myself now.
Every one of Ferrari's hand-picked and highly trained apprentices is offered a place in the exclusive Ferrari family.
It is a special privilege and is also a big responsibility, because clearly the expectations that we have are huge, you know?
An investment in keeping the heritage of this incredible brand alive for a new generation.
Now, with more electric cars on the road, the IMI is warning that mechanics trying to fix them could end up injuring themselves or others. It is calling for new regulations to ensure that those who work with electric motors have proper training. Nick Thatcher reports.
You've checked the cables?
We've checked the cables
Good.
already.
And you happy?
Yeah.
These BMW technicians are being assessed on how safely they handle and repair battery units from electric and hybrid cars. It's crucial they know what they're doing, for these are high voltage units, and if they don't take care, they could get the shock of their lives.
They are safe to work on, but if you don't know what you're doing and you're not trained properly, there are inherent risks there, and we want to make sure that our technicians are safe when they work on the vehicles, and of course our customers have the knowledge that their cars are repaired safely and correctly to the BMW manufacturer standards.
We assign training to them based on an individual need. We sit with each of the retailers, with the managers, and we talk through each of the levels that each of the technicians are at, and then whilst they're on the courses we agree the next course that they should attend.
More and more of us are shunning petrol and diesel vehicles for electric or hybrid ones, with new registrations of plug-in cars increasing from 3,500 in 2013 to around 48,000 by the end of last year. But the IMI estimates out of the 180,000 car mechanics working in the UK, fewer than 1,000 are qualified to fix them. So while the Institute works closely with leading car manufacturers like BMW to accredit training, it also provides syllabuses and courses for all levels of competency to make it easier for car mechanics in the independent sector to keep themselves safe.
There are different levels, from learning how to turn an electric car on and off safely, for example, to disconnect the battery, right up to the more high-level work that some of the guys are doing here. And one of the ways we're going to support those courses is with e-learning. So people can do some work at home, they can log in online anytime, anywhere, learn all the important aspects of the electric vehicle, particularly the safety aspects, and then they can maybe come and do 1 day's training or 2 days training and some assessment in one of the many IMI centres.
It's important to remember that electric and hybrid cars are safe to drive, but the IMI says that some models contain circuits running at more than 3 times the 230 volts found in the main supply, and therefore it's not scaremongering to say that mechanics who simply have a go at repairing them risk electrocution, resulting in serious injury or even death. And that's why the IMI's chief executive believes it's now time for the government to consider a licensing scheme for all electric car mechanics.
You don't have a whole population of people out there who've been working on electric cars all their life and who will say, well, why do I now need to be licensed? This is new technology, and there's an opportunity to do something now before it's too late or before it becomes more problematic. And that's what we're, imploring the government to do.
Back at the BMW Training Academy, they take pride in the extensive training on offer to their technicians. But as demand for electric and hybrid cars continues to increase, the IMI wants to see this standard of qualification become more commonplace throughout the industry.
The rise of online marketplaces has been a game changer in so many different industries, whether it's helping consumers find flights, holidays, insurance, or even a taxi at the right price. And they now have a significant role to play in the vehicle maintenance and repair sector. WhoCanFixMyCar is connecting thousands of potential customers with garages each day. And as Kate Recordon reports, the results can be surprisingly good.
For Patrick Patel, WhoCanFixMyCar.com came at a good time. Starting out on his own back in 2012, he needed a fast and effective way to attract customers.
We are good at what we do in repairing cars, but the marketing side of things is the biggest part, that what they bring to me. The audience, the customer database, the retention of the customers, if you do a very good, fantastic service.
Patrick has spent £5,000 in fees for a return of £300,000 worth of business since he signed up, with jobs rising from 5 a week to 25. The site works by connecting drivers directly with garages and allowing them to compare service and price.
Looking at other industries, I could see clearly that there were verticals, so search engines that existed in a specific space that could give a consumer the full end-to-end process, and in the aftermarket nothing existed. So in terms of the consumer proposition, we felt like we were kind of leaning on an open door.
If, for example, I need my car serviced, I would type in the vehicle registration alongside my contact details, and registered garages in my area would get back to me with an estimate.
Describing a problem online can be difficult, so the website includes terms like squeaking or rattling. Experienced mechanics often able to diagnose the problem based on a vehicle's age and type. And customer reviews are key in the business model. So far, the company's achieved a rate of 96% positive. Each garage has a profile page with dots showing the number of jobs completed, each linked to customer feedback.
We work very hard to get the right garages on the platform. Obviously, this is an unregulated space, so our sales team has to work very hard on that initial onboarding process and initial vetting process. And after that, it's very much down to the consumer to judge whether these garages are going to have a long-term success on the platform based on all the customer reviews and the feedback that they're getting.
The changes that I've noticed in my business is, one, the increase of revenue, influx of repeat business from customers, the recommendation, the back end of that, and the business is unlimited really on that website.
The platform levels the playing field for smaller garages, but larger franchises, including Ford, are also seeing the benefits.
The successful businesses, whether they're dealers, independents, fast food chains, they've all got the same thing in common. They're customer focused, they're quick to respond, they're very diligent, and it really doesn't matter. We've got success stories in every single bucket.
With growth in online sales set to increase according to leading consultancy firms, those behind WhoCanFixMyCar.com hope their business model can educate the marketplace on how best to serve those consumers in the coming years.
Creating the right colours and finishes for new season vehicles is difficult enough for OEMs, but spare a thought for the paint shop that might have to repair a car many years after it's rolled off the production line. Getting it right can be tricky, but leading global paint manufacturer Axalta Coating Systems is developing clever new products, technologies and training programmes to take the headache out of delivering the perfect finish.
In today's car market, colour and image is almost as important as engine and spec. More people want customised or special effect finishes, which are often costly and complex. So when it comes to repairs, the paint has to be perfect. Axalta Coating Systems has a 150-year heritage, developing and manufacturing the most advanced specialist paint and coating technologies to more than 100,000 customers in 130 countries every day. Light vehicle OEMs, commercial vehicles, industrial and refinish are the company's core customer segments. For the refinish industry, it believes its products, services and tools can enable refinishers to match absolutely any colour paint and any effect accurately, no matter how old the vehicle is. And Axalta is investing and innovating to help its customers get it right.
And this is the Axalta Training Academy, where refinishers at every stage of their career can learn how to get the best out of the latest products and technologies, so that anything from a family saloon to a radical sports car can be refinished with a precise colour match.
Now, nice controlled effect coat, that sort of distance.
Today, this body shop technician is at the academy trying out one of Axalta's global premium brands. He wants to see how it performs, and he's chosen one of the most difficult colours to repair and to match, silver. The freshly sprayed side panel gets accidentally touched during the spraying, which allows training manager Kevin to demonstrate how simple it is to fix that common application mishap.
It covered absolutely perfectly, no reaction or anything.
You won't be able to do that with any other product at the moment, would you?
We have more efficient resins and technologies coming into the marketplace now, and we have expensive pigments. You know, so you only want to do the job once. You want to do it as efficiently, as quickly as possible, with a minimum usage and wastage.
The Axalta Training Academy is an IMI accredited assessment centre.
The training school, we can come speak to the demonstrators, work with them. We can phone, they'll come in and see us at work if we have an issue, although in the past 14 years I can't think of one. But in general they're very, very friendly and easy to deal with.
And if refinishers can't make it out of the body shop, they can use Axalta's e-learning tool. It's a web-based training programme that covers everything from safety in the workplace to paint application techniques. When it comes to innovation, Axalta is a global leader. Millions of pounds are invested every year into research and development. It provides high-tech digital colour retrieval tools like the spectrophotometer, which is extremely accurate in identifying colour and even special effects in paint. And Axalta strives to ensure that its paints and coatings are environmentally responsible.
We're looking at consolidated processes, one-visit application, low-energy products. It's all about sustainability, speed, and trying to reduce the amount of emissions, energy, and make the whole process quicker, because, you know, making the most out of whatever anyone's invested, you know, their footprint is really important.
Axalta believes its investment in training and product innovation is supporting customers and helping them adapt to this rapidly changing market, an industry driven by efficiency, speed and perfection.
As cars become more technologically advanced and increasingly complex, technicians are more reliant on diagnostic tools to maintain and repair them. Diagnostic manufacturer Snap-on is working alongside the IMI to ensure that technicians in garages all over the UK have the skills and the knowledge to get on with their job. Nina Warhurst reports.
This is Stebbings in Kings Lynn, one of 25,000 independent UK garages. Without the support of a franchise dealership, mechanics like Richard are heavily reliant on diagnostic tools like Snap-on's Ethos Tech. For less than £20 a week, it connects him with thousands of different engines, giving results in seconds.
Ethos Tech is great. It's quick, it's small, very easy to use. For example, earlier we managed to diagnose a car that had a fuel pressure issue within 30 seconds. And it made us be able to actually order the parts up ready and get the car back on the road.
So it's making your life easier?
A lot easier, yes.
So if we go into functional tests, you will see it will give you in the main two choices.
Mechanics like Richard are kept up to date with training seminars held by Snap-on. Last year they trained 6,500 in diagnostics, and these mechanics love it.
Various training courses I've been on that have been provided by Snap-on have also helped me out a lot with vehicle information that I possibly didn't know before.
It's one of the iconic tool brands which is out there. It's one of the biggest names in the world for tools. So when you visualise yourself becoming a mechanic, it's got to be Snap-on.
Last year, Snap-on Diagnostics General Manager decided it was time to accredit their courses to add gravitas to the reputation. In terms of training, you're now working very closely with the IMI. Why has that been important for Snap-on?
Snap-on's been training thousands of customers a year, but what we needed was some credibility on our training courses. The IMI is that industry standard in training, so I felt it was vital that Snap-on formed an allegiance and worked with the IMI to get our courses accredited.
You don't look old enough, but you started out in the motor industry 35 years ago. You must have seen some enormous changes in that time.
When I first started as an apprentice back in the early 80s, faults would be common and very simple to fix. today's modern vehicles with sophisticated systems make the technician's job that much harder to do. But I think it probably brings more excitement to the profession and more challenges to the technicians these days.
This is an original diagnostics machine from the late 1970s, capable of looking at a few different faults on a small range of vehicles. But fast forward to 2016 and this can literally diagnose hundreds of thousands of different problems. A new approach to diagnostics is SureTrack. Included in Virus, Verdict, Modis as well as Solar's platforms, it's web-based and allows technicians access to known good repairs. 6 million real job cards have been collated and SureTrack displays that verified data, like being able to instantly ask lots of colleagues if they've come across that problem before. Back at Stebbings, they know the value that investing in technology like SureTrack represents.
If you don't invest, especially as a non-franchise dealer, you're reliant on the franchise dealers picking up where you can't go any further. With that investment, it means we control the product that we have, we keep everything in-house, and we deliver the standard and services that our customers expect a manufacturer franchise dealer to do.
And that guarantee comes from Snap-on.
So do you feel valued by them?
I think we both value each other equally. Whether we could see ourselves working without them, I think would be a struggle for us to see that. And whether they'd say the same about us, we'd have to ask them. But together we work well.
Cutting-edge technology means that the future of motor mechanics in the UK is bright, helping 5 million people build careers in this exciting industry.
Coming up,
I've come to meet the school teams competing for glory in Formula One racing.
But blink and you'll miss it.
Gardex takes its sponsorship to a new level with an exciting new partnership. And powering the future from the track to the family car, the world's most advanced synthetic motor oil. Britain's motoring industry has seen enormous growth, contributing £152 billion to the economy. It employs more than 500,000 people in retail, 200,000 in manufacturing, and supplies 11% of exports. Now, maintaining that success demands that the next generation of bright young engineers is inspired to undertake a career in automotive. Jonathan Gibson reports now on a social enterprise that's engaging talented youngsters through the magnetic appeal of Formula One.
Caitlin and Oliver are feeling the pressure. They're about to put months of hard work to the test.
But blink and you'll miss it.
These gas-powered miniature Formula One cars can reach speeds of 70 miles per hour in a fraction of a second. And they've all been designed, manufactured and assembled from scratch by students at Robert May's School in Hampshire.
The students do it for a full module and they are assessed against a national curriculum in every way. But, of course, at the end of it, we have the race as well. So we always have all winners. Each member of the team has a different title. And when I put teams together, I always try and get the students with different skills.
F1 in schools was developed to encourage more children into engineering. As well as being hands-on, it's about making sure students have the skills future employers are looking for, like working well together.
Dom, how big is this hole here?
I think I changed it to 3.5.
3.5.
It should be 3.5 on that one.
Yeah, that's right.
Sure.
Nathaniel and Dominic are part of Team Kinetic. In 3 weeks' time, their car will be competing against other schools in a regional heat. Do well, and they'll go forward to the national competition.
So this is us 3D printing our front wing, which is then going to be attached to our car.
And how long does that sort of initial design work take?
It can take anything between sort of a few hours maybe and possibly a few days if we're trying to work on other things at the same time.
You have to go through the several stages of design. So the first design, then you have to check it to the rules, scrutiny it, and then go through a second design before we can actually get to this printing stage.
Industry sponsors are encouraged to provide the teams with access to the latest technology, like this software to test aerodynamics.
This software called Flow Design software would mainly create these things called flow lines, as you can see on the screen, which would go around and above the car, and it would show you where the wind flow is going.
And because it's a competition, every team is encouraged to think outside the box, or in Team Enigma's case, inside it.
This is a model of our wind tunnel machine. This is an innovative new way we've devised to test the car.
In competitions, sometimes winning and losing can be like 1/1000th of a second difference. So it's really important to have a good, fast car.
So this is your wind tunnel that you've developed. Do you have to kind of keep this technology sort of secret from the rest of this lot?
Yeah, there is a certain amount of secrecy in the competition, and you don't reveal your innovations on Twitter or social media or anything.
The students really enjoy it, they really engage with it because it's something different. It's an engineering-based competition and we want to promote as many engineers as possible. We don't have enough engineers in this country and we want to kind of get rid of the myth that it's a dirty, oil-based job. It's not. It's a lot more glamorous than it looks in a lot of cases. A lot of our students taking part are actually girls, and it's another really important thing to promote that women can get into engineering as well, and they're needed and their skills are just as good as the boys.
Team Evolution has proved that point. Last year, the team of 3 girls and 3 boys were named national champions and went on to compete internationally. They're officially the 6th best team in the world.
Yeah, I'm totally interested in doing aeronautical engineering, so this has been absolutely amazing, giving me a true insight into the world of engineering and how it all operates.
It's not just the degrees that you need, it's actually the skill and the actual practice to put into it, so I think that will really help.
And what's happening at Robert May's school is being repeated across the country as more and more children are taking up the challenge based around science, technology, engineering and maths.
Business development is a challenge of increasing complexity for dealerships. Improving professionalism is central to success, and for vehicle protection products brand Gardex, that means instilling disciplines and sales process training so that dealerships can achieve greater profitability and improved customer satisfaction.
This car is a familiar sight on the touring car circuit, and it's not only sponsored, but also protected by the Gardex exterior and interior protection system. It means the paintwork has 4 extra layers of defense from the elements. Customers don't normally put their cars through as much punishment as this BMW, but they too can be reassured that their car purchase is protected and covered by a lifetime guarantee using Gardex's specially engineered award-winning products. And for dealerships who are keen to satisfy their customers, it's market-leading products like these that deliver incremental profit and can help them build their businesses. Gardex was started in 2003, and already it's an industry leader and a high-profile sponsor of motorsport.
Well, I approached the business as a motor trader. I'm not a chemist, I'm a car man. And we approach the whole concept of selling paint and interior fabric protection as a motor trader would. We challenge the industry and set new standards, moving away from the man in a van giving them a brochure approach. Any supplier can deliver a box of product, but maintaining sustained sales of that product is the tough job. And to achieve that, you need to put in sales process, disciplines with professional account management. We call it delivering the Gardex promise. Our account managers, they visit the dealerships every month, working to a pre-agreed business development plan. We guarantee that if a dealer takes our product, we will significantly increase sales of that product.
It's here in the training room that the Gardex sales process and disciplines are instilled in the sales teams.
What have they come in to do today? Upgrade. Yeah, they want to buy another car, don't they? They want to upgrade.
Gardex offers a complete business development program with their dealers, which includes monthly training modules with full ongoing account management. It ensures product sales are maximised and customers are properly targeted.
Our account managers become virtual members of the sales department. They add real value by mentoring the sales team, performance reviews and full MI data.
Gardex's global success has led to a major new partnership. BMW and many retailers throughout the UK will soon be using the Gardex paint and interior protection system, which will be marketed as Protectex. This announcement follows a full commercial tender and intensive testing programme carried out by BMW UK. It's a major step forward for a company that's little more than a decade old.
We're really excited about the partnership with Gardex. They've already demonstrated a high level of professionalism and engagement, and we believe that the relationship will flourish in the future.
Selling to customers is all about matching needs. It's not about selling customers things they don't want, and this allows us to give a degree of professionalism in that experience, to match the customer's needs, to sell the benefits of exterior and interior paint protection. So far, we have a number of our retail partners that already have an existing relationship with Gardex, and for those, they've been able to grow penetration to around 50%, which is a significant opportunity, and a number of customers have really benefited from that also.
It's in the world of motorsport that Gardex has focused its marketing attention. The Gardex sponsorship of the British Touring Car Championship WSR BMW team promotes the Gardex brand to a huge world market, with a global TV viewing figure of more than 100 million, complementing not just Gardex's UK business, but also their growing business in Eastern Europe, the Middle East, India and Asia. It hasn't taken long for Gardex to establish a strong global reputation. And in an industry that's focused on professionalism, partnerships like that between Gardex and BMW and Mini retailers highlight the potential of powerful relationships.
The reliable and timely supply of components is critically important to repair and maintenance businesses. And the technological sophistication of today's intelligent cars has made the distribution of components more complex. Andrew Page is helping its clients be as productive as possible by ensuring that vital components arrive within minutes, as Lucy Siegel reports.
This 140,000 square foot warehouse stocks every brand of car part you can think of. And we're not just talking about the brake pads and exhausts of old, but increasingly components for complex technical systems.
As cars become more complex, customers want parts increasingly quickly. So how does the industry square that circle?
Well, at Andrew Page's National Distribution Centre, that all-important car part is available either at the touch of a button or a phone call to a customer's local branch. This is the engine of a network where parts are booked, picked, dispatched and delivered to a customer from a local branch in an average time of just 45 minutes.
It's important to remember we are talking about a very, very sophisticated piece of equipment when we drive today's modern vehicle. Today, it's not just mechanical, it's electrical. You know, there are effectively, there's more hardware on a vehicle today than there was that landed the first Apollo on the moon.
Then there's customer expectations to be factored in. We are heavily dependent on our cars and expect them to be fixed fast.
The car driver would not expect their car to be in dock for 2 days waiting for a standard car part. So therefore, when they drive it into the garage, that expectation manifests itself in when will it be ready, and it wants to be ready that day. So availability is paramount in this industry, and particularly what we've done is we've worked tirelessly to ensure that we have the part nearer to the consumer. And distribution centres like this make sure that we have that on tap, that it's always there.
Richard Workman is a divisional manager for Andrew Page. From the National Distribution Centre, fleets take parts to over 100 branches nationwide where customers phone in their orders.
Stock lines compared to 10 years ago have probably doubled. Instead of brake pads, filtration, steering and suspension lines, if you walk around the warehouse now, on the shelves you will see switches, sensors, actuators, motors. All of these components make up the complex systems that we see on cars today. Well, for the customer it means that we handle all of that responsibility.
One of those customers is Martin Wright, who runs a small independent garage in Sutton Ashfield.
Vehicles are getting more and more technical every week. Technology is advancing very, very quickly. And more electronic systems are fitted to cars, more and more components that are failing. So we need staff at Andrew Page's to understand exactly what we are asking for and able to source that and send it out to us.
And underpinning all of this is training. Andrew Page's auto education programme runs a training network from the South Coast to Newcastle. Meanwhile, Paul Hall is the technical training manager, working with a team of 5 technicians who visit customers in dedicated vehicle diagnostic training units.
One of the AP Tech guys will turn up at a customer's premises and show them diagnostic equipment. It's all on the van, and we plug it into the car and show them what data we can get out of the modern day car. From there, we train them on that piece of equipment. Without training and knowing the modern technology of the car, they can't move on with their business, and that's what we're here for.
So Andrew Page continues to put their customers in the driving seat.
As oil companies look for ways to meet energy challenges, exploring new sources is important. Shell is using natural gas-derived base oils to develop motor oils, usually made from crude. Now, from this comes a world first, Shell Helix Ultra with PurePlus Technology, motor oil made from natural gas. Sharon Thomas looks at the company's most advanced synthetic motor oil to date, which has been enthusiastically received by racing drivers, motoring trade and everyday motorists.
The synergy between engine engineers and the oil engineers is crucial. As a race car driver, the limit does not exist. Oil is fundamental on the engine. You perform and then you let the car do the rest.
On the racetrack, Shell has been powering some of the highest performance engines right across the world for more than 70 years. Now, Shell Helix Ultra is helping shape the future of the motor oil industry. 40 years in the making, it's now designed from natural gas with Shell PurePlus Technology.
In order for a car to run at its best, it needs a high-quality lubricant in its engine. And that's why we're so excited about this revolution in motor oil that we've developed. Shell PurePlus Technology, motor oil made from natural gas. This is product that we've now made available in over 100 countries around the world, and we've had a fantastic response from motorists, from the trade, and also from the automotive manufacturers.
Shell is at the forefront of gas-to-liquids technology. Shell PurePlus Technology is GTL base oils. It provides an alternative starting point for the manufacture of finished lubricants, natural gas instead of crude oil. The company's plant in Qatar is the world's largest source for GTL product. It's a technical marvel. Larger than 450 football pitches, it produces 30,000 barrels of base oil every day, enough to change the oil in 225 million cars every year. Shell Helix Ultra is designed from natural gas and is the first of its kind in the world. It's this formula that helps racing drivers right across the world perform at their best.
At Shell, when we develop a lubricant like Helix Ultra with PurePlus Technology, we really do three things. First, we decide the technical hurdles that the product needs to meet, and the very next thing we do is choose the base oil for the product. Finally, we put the performance additives in. And when you have a base oil like Shell's PurePlus Technology, you really have that enabling platform that allows us to do really great things with Shell Helix Ultra, the final product. And this pays benefits on the racetrack, but also for the everyday consumer.
And for Shell, the technology will continue to develop for peak performance both on and off the track.
We're very committed to the PurePlus technology. We'll continue to work with technical teams and then technical partners to further develop the technology leadership. But more importantly, we want to bring this leading technology into our everyday consumers so they can truly see the difference when they drive their cars every day.
I would summarize this as designer lubricants made from natural gas for long-lasting engine performance.
I'm ready, so I invite everybody to come over, cheer for Farfus, the Shell Helix car, and I see you on the podium.
Well, that's all for now, but if you want to watch any of our reports again, this programme is available on the IMI website. And be sure to catch up with all the industry news with our 3 other driving change programmes, also online. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.